So I have it in some salt right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the rest of the salt. It's just regular table salt. I'm gonna pour it over it, not to cover it up because I want the sun to also shine through it. So what I'll do is I'll set it out there in the salt for about a half an hour, and then that should clean all the negativity out of it. And then I'm gonna go take a salt bath, and then all the negativity should be pulled out of myself, and then I can work on my altar. I'm so excited. I love it so much. So here this beauty is in the sun, and it is partially in salt and partially in sunlight. The sunlight will help it to cleanse itself. And selenite is actually a really, really wonderful stone to put your other stones on to cleanse them. So it's already kind of a self-cleaning stone, but I want to make sure that it's super clean because I know that so many people probably handled it in the store last weekend. What is that, Lunar? What's that? Where have you been? Look at you. You're a mess. Oh, gosh. Look at you, Lunar. Hi, I started getting ready for my bath and I thought, I should make it clear that I don't use regular table salt in my salt baths. You might be able to, I don't know. To be honest, I never have. What I typically use is I use these huge chunks of Himalayan salt that I found in a little shop in Reno, Nevada. And so they're fairly large, you can see, so they last a long time. So this is what I use along with some just soaking salts, just Epsom salts here, right here. You can see this is one of the Himalayan salts that I am still using. And it's a lot smaller, so you can see that I've used it for quite a while. And then I sometimes use this. This was a gift to me. It's called Wildflower Himalayan Bath Salts. So I love this because it has rose and hibiscus in it. And so sometimes I use this. Sometimes I just go plain with a little bit of lavender oil. If you're wondering what else I have over here in my little beauty section, I have this that I get in a little town called Placerville next to us, about 2 hours away. And it's for my hair, because if you know my hair story, yeah, well, I'm trying to grow it back, and it is getting a little thicker, and it's not really growing as fast as I'd love it to. And this I got this at a little apothecary on the Bainbridge Island in Seattle, or off of Seattle. It's Bainbridge actually, but it's an island off of the coast of Seattle. And then this is just some beautifully scented rose oil. And then this is some mineral makeup that I bought a good 40 years ago, and it's still full. And I use it quite a bit, and it's still full. It's super, super concentrated. It's some sort of a mineral in there. And this is my Saint Bridget's, or the goddess Bridget's Flame oil. This is my lavender oil that I put into my bath. This is my rosemary oil that I put into my hair. And then this is just some lavender spritz that I like to just sometimes spray down my bathroom with. And so that's my little arsenal of wonderfulness And this is lavender soap that I made. It's lavender lye. It's lye soap that I made. I made it in a class. I was trying to learn how to make lye soap because my grandma used to make lye soap. I used to watch her do it, and I always knew it was super dangerous. She always made sure I knew how dangerous it was. So I took a class and I made, I think, 12 of these blocks, and this is the very last one. It's going to be gone after this, so I have it out to use for this bath specifically. So I'm going to be using that to cleanse myself. Hi. I am back. I'm super sweaty. I just got out of my salt bath. I completely submerged, washed everything off. My hair is still wet. I put a little bit of lotion around my eyes and on my face, and that's it. And it's all natural rose oil lotion. So that's it. I'm going to head out and get the selenite ball now. And then the next step for me will be to wash down my altar. And I'll explain all that while I'm doing it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look through my smudges and see which one I want to use. I don't know. I think Dragon's Blood is being kind of calling out to me. So I think I might use the Dragon's Blood with a charcoal. So that's what I'm going to start right now. My charcoals are ready, so I'm going to go ahead and put my Dragon's Blood on it. This is what it looks like. So amazing. It's resin. So before I go any further, I just wanted to take a minute right now to say that everybody does their things differently. I do what I do because I learned it either from my mother or from friends. And I just want to say I'm not part of a coven. I just feel that I'm better by myself doing things intuitively. So I just want you to know that what I'm doing, I do everything intuitively. I always have. I do certain things a certain way because I watched my mother doing it that way when I was growing up. But my mother is long gone now, and I call upon Bridget to help me. I call upon Hecate and sometimes Basset. And I also want to say that I haven't had a proper altar since I moved here 7 years ago. And I think the reason is that without getting into a whole bunch of other stuff, it's just that my ex is American Indian as well as I am, but he was uncomfortable with different forms of spiritual expression, even though it's extremely similar to it's earth-based religion, but he was uncomfortable, so I kept it in a cabinet. He built me a cabinet, and it was really beautiful, and it opened up, and the whole thing dropped down into an altar that I could keep there, but he always wanted it put up and away whenever anybody was around, because he didn't feel like explaining it to people that might not have understood. So then after my divorce, I got a divorce right after I moved here. And so it's just been kind of my whole cottage has been kind of my altar, right? So everything is just kind of everywhere. And I got a really strong message when I was holding the crystal ball. It's right here. It's all cleaned and ready to be placed on the altar. And her, I know it's a female, I don't know how I know that, but in her place of honor. So when I was holding her in the shop, I got a really strong, overwhelming feeling that I wanted to have an altar again. Like I said, I haven't had an altar in over 7 years. And so I came home yesterday and rearranged my entire living space. A neighbor came over and helped me move the heavy furniture because I have an arm injury. So yeah, so we moved things around, and I was able to find an old table in my barn that works beautifully, because it's one of those tables that fold under, like the top folds up and then it folds down. So when I'm not using it, I can fold it down and it kind of tucks away a little bit. It's not like a big table out in the middle of my living room. And then I can pick it up and put the leaf up and use it when I'm using it. So I did that. I brought it in, I cleaned it all up. I'm saging everything down. I have a bell, and I also have a dragon's blood. So it's really permeating like the whole house. It needs it. That was the other thing. I just felt like there was a lot of static when we were moving the furniture and kind of rearranging things. I just kept feeling just this static, and it almost felt like I live in Black Widow territory. And if you've ever like accidentally, you would only do it accidentally, put your hand into or bump against a Black Widow web, they're incredibly strong, but they're very sticky. And once they get kind of on you, they're really hard to get off. And when they pull apart, they crinkle. So that's kind of what energetically I was experiencing yesterday when we were moving things around. I just kept feeling like this needs to be clean. This needs to be. So this morning I got up and I physically cleaned everything. I dusted everything. I cobwebbed my entire house. I vacuumed. I cleaned everything. And now I'm spiritually cleaning it, which is where I'm going to ring my bell. Like I said, I have a ringing bowl as well, but I'm just feeling like the bell is what needs to be used to cleanse the space finally. So I'm smudging, which it is, like I just said, it is taking off, and it is just smoky in here. So I know there's a lot of residue that needs to be dealt with. My back door is open. It's all gonna go out the back door. And then I'll just ring the bell and I'll get my beautiful selenite. Oh, here's the necklace I was telling you about that the guy gave me in San Francisco. He made it for me. It was a piece of selenite. He wrapped the copper up right there, stuck the leather on it, and gave it to me. Yeah, and I wear it all the time. In fact, I'm gonna put it on right now. The reason it's out here is because I was wearing it yesterday. Anyway, I digress. So I am about ready to ring the bell and put my beautiful crystal ball on the table. Thank you, Bridget. I pour wine for Bridget, and I pour wine for myself. Here you are, my beautiful girl. Here is your forever home. Such a beautiful girl. Oh, look at how the light shines through her. Now I'll take the bowl of salt outside and I'll dump it far, far away from where any animals or any humans can get to it. I'm just so happy. I'm getting little bits and pieces of myself back. It feels so good to have a proper altar again. It's been so long, and it was that one little crystal ball. Well, she's not little, she's really big. I just cannot wait. She's cleaned. She's being blessed on my altar right now by Bridget, and the dragon's blood is cleansing the home and everything around it. And I'm just feeling really, really good and positive again. I can't wait to just be able to sit and meditate with her. And when I hold her, I just feel it. I just feel it whenever I hold her. And so I think I'm going to go do that right now. But before I do, I just wanted to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I so appreciate it.